How bad can this rental crisis actually get in Australia? And is the worst behind us? I'm going to share with you my thoughts around the rental crisis at the moment, what I'm focusing on over the next 12 months, and why I think the worst is still yet to come. If you guys are interested, keep watching. Hey guys, my name's Ravi and welcome back to Personal Finance with Ravi Sharma. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because I talk about real estate, cryptocurrency, and financial freedom. Now, although I've got a smile on my face welcoming you to the channel, I do urge you to take a step back and understand that some people are going through a very difficult time right now, but it's about to get worse. And that's why I come out here on these videos to try and bring you guys value so you have choice. You have financial freedom at your disposal so you can make those choices for yourself and for your family. A lot of people are about to face some really big issues. So keep in mind as we go through this video that there's a difference between owning assets and not owning assets. That's usually been referred to as the rich and the poor, but in the context of this video, it's all about whether you own assets or not. Now be sure to stay all the way through to the end of this video where I'm going to share with you my Q4 2023 predictions, which is about a year away from now, and what I'm really focusing on. Because only 12 months ago did I come out on this channel and said,
hey, maybe there's a rental crisis about to happen in Australia.
At that time, plenty of people didn't listen to me because they were more concerned with the FOMO around buying anything and everything. It was pretty manic when you come to think of it. They were buying them with no conditions, like no finance conditions, no pest and building. They were paying cash. Some didn't even know how they were going to get a loan, but they just wanted to get a property. Now, fast forward 12 months, there are some areas that are still like that, but then there are other areas where there is still plenty of opportunities. Other areas, depending on what you look at online, they are falling by a lot. Now, a new report has come out and it suggested some really disturbing things. The PropTrack Market Insight report has actually gone on to reveal that rental properties available that are under $400 per week has significantly reduced. This is just adding to the whole affordability crisis, rather, in Australia around rentals. It's actually dropped from 41.8% at the start of the pandemic all the way through to only 19.3%. To give you context, that is more than a 50% drop in available properties under $400 per week. Apart from the fact that this is the lower end of the market, why this is very important is from an investor's perspective, we've always been taught,
oh, blue chip properties and go into areas that are really luxury and the top end is really going to get you through.
But it's really now the top end that's dragging the rest of the market down. When you look at it from an investment point of view, right? You're going out there trying to get the highest return on investment, the highest cash on cash return. So you go out there and you listen to a few people around you who suggest that you should probably go and buy something at $800,000 or $900,000. I've always advocated to go for the more value play and go for the more affordable properties because this is the market that everyone will go towards when times are tough. People can always downgrade from an 800K property all the way down to a 500K property. But if you've got upward pressures of replacement costs increasing, then you're going to have a squeeze where the properties at the bottom end will start rising, and that is effectively what we've seen this year. With so much rental demand, you're going to see that increase in rental as well, and that's going to effectively, from an investment point of view, yield you great results and positive cash flow. As a result of all the interest rates increasing, you've seen a lot of investors sort of pull back and not want to invest as much. And this has caused a lot less rental dwellings being available now. And this means that properties under $400 are at a record low in Australia. The report goes on to say that property rents have increased by 10.3% nationally, and plenty of markets are recording double-digit growth. Some regional areas have actually grown by 15 to 20% in just a year. It's actually crazy. The national vacancy rate is at a 16-year low at 0.9%. Now, for context, 3% as a vacancy rate is a balanced market. That is basically when you're going to go in and you could probably negotiate how much rent you want to pay. Right now, if we're at 0.9%, and in many areas that we're purchasing property is pretty much at 0.2 or 0.3%. So you have all of the power as an asset owner relative to the guys that are going and tenanting your property. This is why I personally rent vest. In the area that I'm actually renting, the vacancies are quite high because there are so many high-rise apartments, and for us, it works because that's what we want. So we're able to go out, negotiate, and we got a pretty good term. However, now that we're seeing the increase in immigration, that could soon change in capital cities too. As immigration increases and you have a large amount of skilled labor, as well as students that want to come here and study, they're going to start filling up all of those units that are available in capital cities. Now, before you go and jump onto realestate.com and just buy some off-the-plan apartment or a high-rise apartment in a capital city, you definitely need a strategy before going and buying a property. But more importantly, this is only looking at cash flow. If you're going out there and just purchasing for cash flow, you're going to find yourself in deep waters. Real estate's great because you get positive cash flow, and I talk about that on this channel. But where the real kicker is a combination of the cash flow with the capital growth. There is no indications right now suggesting that you're going to have huge amounts of capital growth just because you have immigration coming into that area that want to rent the property. Now, 30% of all Australians live in a rental property. And what's crazy is that only 6 years ago, there was 73,000 properties available to go and rent. So rental dwellings available. Now it is less than 33,000. And where the bigger concern is that the population has increased by more than 1.5 million over the last 6 years. So you can see the demand is increasing, and as the affordability concern is there's more upward pressure on people wanting to rent relative to buying. And on the flip side, you've got less rental dwellings, so less supply. So you can see where I'm going with this. In regards to Australian immigration, we've actually seen the highest net overseas migration number in the March quarter. And you can see that in this table, and it's fairly obvious when the pandemic was around and nobody wanted to come here, or nobody was really allowed, and now what's actually happening. It's about to get crazier. I went on to make a deep dive video around what the rental crisis looked like and what it could look like in 12 to 24 months. You should definitely go check out that video as well if you are interested. But just with the high level of confidence, I came out here 12 months ago suggesting that, hey, we're going to have a rental crisis, and in 2020 coming out and saying we're probably going to see the biggest boom we've ever seen. I am now coming out and saying again that the next 12 months, the focus should be on acquiring assets. The reason for that is because in 12 months time, I believe we're going to start seeing rate cuts. And once those rates start cutting and you've got rents increasing because there's not enough dwellings available, you're going to start seeing a lot of these properties be in really good cash flow positions. And the vendors are going to know this as well as the sales agents. Going from a time where yields had dropped, we're going to start seeing these increase. And that, I believe, is going to kickstart the next leg up in this cycle. I do talk about my interest rate predictions month by month for the next 6 months, and you can definitely go check out why I've suggested that rates will cut in this video. I urge you to go and check it out. Picking up brick homes in 2022 and 2023 under 400K, I believe is going to be the last chance for us to get good quality properties that are brick homes in good locations for under 400K. I remember saying this a couple of years ago where we were picking up properties for like 220 to 260K, brick homes in great locations, and I remember how it felt. I was like, this feels too good to be true, and if I'm feeling this way, there's going to be a bunch of others. I think the days of purchasing good quality properties under 300K are gone. And yes, now we're here in 2022 and they are definitely gone. In 12 months from now, are we going to be questioning whether we can buy good quality brick homes for under 400K being a possibility in Australia? I'm not sure, but all the indicators are flashing a couple of things, and it suggests to me that if you're in the camp of owning assets and taking financial freedom seriously, it's something that you need to start acting upon fairly quickly. Now, although it may sound like a hype story and that I'm trying to sell you something, you've got to start understanding that there are bigger things at play here. If you think that I've come out on this YouTube video suggesting you use my services, what do you think 99% of the mainstream media is doing right now? There is fear everywhere, and almost like they want to stop you from doing something. It's just something to think about as you go through the rest of your day. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is a serious concern, and for someone that actually goes and rents, I understand the uncertainty can kill you. To not know what you're going to be paying as your rental income for shelter in 12 months time is absolutely crazy. But the reality is this is happening with or without us. The market definitely doesn't care about our feelings. They're just going to go ahead and do what they need to do. I urge you to be on the right side of this. If you need help, reach out to me. There's a link in the description below to my website, as well as the pinned comment where you'll find my email. Reach out. I do definitely want to help. We've seen the cycles play out time and time again. As the rates go up, they also come back down. As rents go up, the rents will also come back down. How quickly, how long? This is the only time that I thought that it might be different, given the fact that we have such a low amount of good quality properties available to rent as well as to actually buy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, smash that like button. If you haven't already, I'm not sure why, but you should probably subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.